My Scrumptious Dairy-Free Butterscotch Cake is so incredibly easy to make, and it's perfect for any occasion. Welcome back to my channel, bakers, and if you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up to date with all my latest videos. So today I'm bringing you a cake that has one of my most favorite flavors, and that's butterscotch. I love those caramelly undertones that a butterscotch cake brings, and as this is a dairy-free version, I'm going to show you how easy it is to recreate those flavors. Here you can see I'm just adding all of my cake ingredients to my mixing bowl, and we're using the all-in-one method for this, which is about as simple as it comes whenever you're making a cake. If you want to find the recipe for this, just check out the description below for the printable recipe on my website. And we're going ahead and using our hand mixer to bring all those ingredients together. This doesn't take long at all, and you just want to mix until everything is incorporated. And look at that nice caramelly color that we've got. That's because we're using a brown sugar in our cake batter, and that's going to give it that nice butterscotch flavor when the cake bakes. Perfect, so that's mixed. I'm just going to finish it off by hand with a spatula, just to ensure we haven't missed anything at the bottom of our mixing bowl. Now we're going to go ahead and prep our cake pan for it. You do also want to make sure you preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, and then, as I said, we're going to prep our pan, and this will ensure that our cake is really easy to remove from the tin once it's baked. So I'm just spreading some plant-based butter on the cake pan, and then I'm adding a large piece of parchment paper to it. Now it doesn't matter if the corners aren't tidy, just push them in as best as you can. And then we are ready to add our cake batter. So let me know in the comments below if you're a fan of butterscotch. For me, it's one of those flavors that just brings me right back to my childhood, and this cake exactly hits the spot. Now, as you can see, I'm spreading my cake batter into the pan. I'm just using a regular spatula for that. And when you are doing that, just make sure that you don't miss any areas of the cake pan. You want to spread it nice and evenly, making sure you get all the way into those corners as well. The cake isn't that high at this stage, but it will rise really nicely for us. And don't forget, it's a sheet cake, so it's perfect for things like birthday parties. Kids love this flavor of cake as well. And it's got a really nice topping on it, which we're going to make once the cake comes out of the oven. There we go, give it a tap on the counter just to level everything out, and then we're going to bake it at 350 degrees Fahrenheit for about 30 minutes until it looks risen and golden, just like this. It's nice and firm on top as well, and you just want to leave it in the pan to cool off whilst we go ahead and make our butterscotch buttercream. This is also very simple to make, and again we're using the all-in-one method. I'm using icing sugar, brown sugar as well, so make sure that you remove any lumps from your brown sugar when you're doing this, because you don't want it to spoil the consistency of your icing. Check out my recipe for some extra hints and tips on that as well, and give it a stir with your hand mixer. This comes together in about 30 seconds because we don't have a lot of icing, so you can do it by hand as well if you prefer. Just keep going until it's nice and smooth, light and fluffy. So our cake has now cooled. It smells amazing. I can't wait to get this topping on there. And I'm just going to use an offset spatula to do that. Now, the larger spatula you have, the better, because it will actually make it easier for you to spread it on the cake. And you can do this quite rustically. You are not looking for a perfectly smooth surface here. So just get all that nice icing on top and spread it around, making sure that the entire top surface is covered. I think this icing just finishes the cake off perfectly, and of course you could jazz it up by adding sprinkles to it. Some chopped nuts as well would be really nice on this. Anything goes at all. And make sure you check out my recipe as well, as I have some other flavor suggestions in there that you could try out for this cake. Doesn't that look wonderful though? This is by far my favorite sheet cake to make, and I really hope that you're going to try it as well. So let's cut it and see what the consistency looks like inside. This is what I would call a small slice. Ideal if you're having kids' parties. You can get about 24 slices from this cake. And look inside, it's got a really nice crumb and smells amazing as well. I really hope you've enjoyed watching this bake along. Do let me know in the comments if you're going to have a go at making this cake, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Thanks for watching.